With the 16th pick in the 2025 NBA Draft, the Memphis Grizzlies select Yang Hansen.
Yang Hansen just shocked the world. When the Portland Trail Blazers made their pick at 16th overall in the 2024 NBA Draft, fans erupted in confusion and anger. They had just selected a 7'1" center from China that most casual fans had never heard of. Social media exploded with criticism, calling it a reach, a wasted pick, even a complete disaster. But what those angry fans didn't know was that Portland had been quietly scouting this player for over 2 years, watching him dominate the Chinese Basketball Association in ways that reminded scouts of a young Nikola Jokic. His name is Yang Hansen, and he's already proving that sometimes the most shocking draft picks turn out to be the most brilliant. The comparison to Jokic isn't just hype or wishful thinking. At 7'1", Hansen possesses a rare combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ that has NBA executives buzzing behind closed doors. While most centers his size are lumbering post players, Hansen moves with the fluidity of a guard, sees the court like a point guard, and shoots the basketball with touch that extends well beyond the three-point line. His path to the NBA has been anything but conventional, and the story of how he went from relative obscurity to becoming one of the most intriguing prospects in recent memory is more fascinating than anyone could have imagined. Just 3 years ago, Yang Hansen was playing for a mid-tier team in the Chinese Basketball Association, averaging modest numbers and flying completely under the radar of international scouts. He wasn't dominating games or putting up eye-popping statistics. In fact, most basketball analysts in China weren't even sure he had the potential to become a star in the CBA, let alone make it to the NBA. His early career was marked by inconsistency, foul trouble, and the growing pains that come with learning to use a 7'1" frame effectively. But something clicked during his second professional season that would change everything. The transformation was nothing short of remarkable. Hansen suddenly began showcasing skills that seemed impossible for someone his size. He started handling the ball in transition, making passes that veteran point guards would struggle to complete, and knocking down shots from distances that made opposing coaches question their defensive schemes. His improvement wasn't gradual, it was explosive. Within months, he went from being a role player to becoming the focal point of his team's offense. The CBA had never seen anything quite like it, and neither had the NBA scouts who were starting to take notice. By his third season, Hansen had become an absolute force in the CBA. His numbers tell only part of the story: 16.6 points, 10.5 rebounds, and 4.2 assists per game. But it was how he achieved those numbers that had basketball insiders losing their minds. He was pulling up for three-pointers off the dribble, throwing no-look passes that would make Magic Johnson proud, and reading defenses with the intuition of a 10-year veteran. Most importantly, he was doing all of this while playing against grown men who had no intention of making life easy for the young giant. The CBA isn't a development league. It's a competitive professional environment where careers are made and destroyed every night. The Portland Trail Blazers weren't the only team watching Hansen's meteoric rise, but they were the most committed. General Manager Joe Cronin had dispatched scouts to China multiple times, and each report came back with the same message: this kid was special, not just talented, special. The kind of player who could change the trajectory of a franchise. But there was one problem: Hansen was climbing draft boards faster than anyone anticipated, and Portland was picking 11th overall. Intelligence suggested that several teams in the top 10 were seriously considering him, and if Portland wanted Hansen, they were going to have to get creative. Draft night arrived with Portland facing a dilemma that would define their future. They had identified Hansen as their target, but picking him at 11th overall felt like a reach that could cost executives their jobs if it didn't work out. The solution was risky but brilliant. Trade down to 16th overall, pick up additional assets, and pray that Hansen would still be available. It was a gamble that sent shockwaves through the basketball world and had fans questioning whether the organization had completely lost its mind. The trade was announced, and suddenly Portland was on the clock at 16th overall with their mystery prospect still on the board. When NBA Commissioner Adam Silver announced Yang Hansen's name, the reaction was immediate and brutal. Social media exploded with confusion and anger. Draft analysts scrambled to pull up highlight reels and scouting reports. Fans demanded explanations for why the team had passed on more established prospects. The criticism was so intense that it dominated basketball media for days, with many calling it one of the worst draft decisions in recent memory. But Portland's front office remained confident, knowing something that the critics didn't: they had just landed a player who could revolutionize their franchise. The Jokic comparison that earned Hansen his nickname isn't just about size or position. it's about the way he sees and processes the game. Like the Denver Nuggets superstar, Hansen possesses an almost supernatural ability to read defenses and make split-second decisions that maximize his team's scoring opportunities. His court vision is remarkable for any player, but for someone standing 7'1", it's practically unprecedented. He routinely makes passes that require him to see 3 moves ahead, threading the needle between defenders with precision that suggests years of point guard training. This isn't just about having good hands or being unselfish. This is about possessing a basketball IQ that can't be taught. What makes Hansen's skill set even more impressive is his shooting ability. While most centers his size are limited to dunks and layups, Hansen has developed a shooting touch that extends well beyond the three-point line. His mechanics are sound, his release is quick, and his range is legitimate. He's not just a novelty act who can occasionally knock down an open three. He's a legitimate shooting threat who can create his own shot and punish defenses that try to go under screens. This combination of size, shooting, and playmaking creates matchup problems that opposing coaches are still trying to figure out. The physical attributes that make Hansen so special go beyond just his height. At 7'1", he possesses the wingspan and reach to alter shots and protect the rim, but he also has the mobility to switch onto smaller players and hold his own in space. His hands are enormous, allowing him to control rebounds and make catches that would be impossible for most players. But perhaps most importantly, he has the coordination and body control to use his size effectively without looking awkward or mechanical. Many tall players struggle with their movement and timing, but Hansen moves with a fluidity that suggests he's been 7'1" his entire life. Summer League provided the first opportunity for American audiences to see Hansen in action, and the results were eye-opening. While many international prospects struggle with the pace and physicality of American basketball, Hansen looked completely at home. His first game featured a stat line that had NBA Twitter buzzing: 18 points, 11 rebounds, 7 assists, and 3 blocks. More importantly, he did it all while looking completely comfortable and in control. The passes were crisp, the shots were falling, and his defensive positioning was excellent. This wasn't a player who needed time to adjust, this was a player who was ready to contribute immediately. The pressure that comes with being the next great Chinese NBA hope is immense and unavoidable. Yao Ming's legacy looms large over any Chinese player who enters the league, and the expectations are often unrealistic and unfair. Hansen understands this pressure, but seems remarkably mature in how he handles it. His interviews reveal a player who is focused on his own development rather than living up to comparisons or meeting national expectations. He's spoken about wanting to be the best version of himself rather than the next version of someone else, which suggests a mental maturity that bodes well for his long-term success. The cultural adaptation challenges facing Hansen are significant, but not insurmountable. Language barriers, different playing styles, and the general culture shock of moving from China to America would overwhelm most young players. But Hansen has approached these challenges with the same methodical preparation that characterizes his basketball development. He's been studying English intensively, working with cultural consultants, and surrounding himself with advisors who understand both American basketball and Chinese culture. This preparation suggests that he's serious about not just succeeding in the NBA, but thriving in it. Portland's decision to invest in Hansen reflects a broader shift in how NBA teams evaluate international talent. The days of dismissing overseas prospects as inferior or unprepared are over. Teams now recognize that basketball is a global game and talent can emerge from anywhere. Hansen's rapid development in the CBA proved that he could compete against professional competition, and his skill set translates perfectly to the modern NBA's emphasis on versatility and basketball IQ. Portland saw an opportunity to add a transformational talent at a discount price, and they had the courage to pull the trigger. The skeptics who questioned Hansen's NBA readiness focused on legitimate concerns about the competition level in the CBA, and whether his skills would translate against bigger, faster, more athletic opponents. These concerns weren't unfounded. The NBA is the best basketball league in the world, and many international stars have struggled with the adjustment. But Hansen's combination of size, skill, and basketball IQ suggested that he possessed the tools to succeed at any level. His performance in Summer League and early preseason games has validated Portland's confidence and silenced many of the critics. What makes Hansen's story even more compelling is the timing of his arrival in Portland. The Trail Blazers are in the middle of a rebuild, which means Hansen won't be expected to carry the team immediately. Instead, he'll have the opportunity to develop alongside other young players while learning from veterans who understand what it takes to succeed in the NBA. This environment is perfect for a player who needs time to adjust to a new country, a new style of play, and the increased level of competition. Portland's patience with his development could pay dividends for years to come. The broader implications of Hansen's success extend far beyond individual accolades or team success. His arrival in the NBA represents a new chapter in the globalization of basketball, proving that elite talent can emerge from any league, any country, any background. Chinese basketball has been growing rapidly in recent years, and Hansen's success could inspire a new generation of players to pursue their NBA dreams. The development infrastructure in China continues to improve, and Hansen's path to the NBA provides a blueprint for future prospects to follow. From a basketball perspective, Hansen's unique skill set could influence how the center position evolves in the coming years. His ability to initiate offense from the post, facilitate for teammates, and stretch the floor with his shooting creates possibilities that most teams have never had to consider. Traditional defensive schemes become obsolete when facing a player who can beat you in so many different ways. Hansen's success could lead to a new archetype of center, one that combines traditional size with modern versatility in ways that change how the game is played. The early returns on Portland's investment have been overwhelmingly positive. Hansen's preseason performances have exceeded expectations. His integration with teammates has been seamless, and his work ethic has impressed coaches and veterans alike. The concerns about his readiness for NBA competition have largely been put to rest, replaced by excitement about his potential for growth and development. While it's still early in his career, all signs point to Portland having found a special player who could anchor their franchise for years to come. As Hansen prepares for his rookie season, the basketball world is watching with intense interest. His journey from unknown Chinese prospect to NBA lottery pick has captured imaginations and challenged assumptions about how talent is identified and developed. The Chinese Jokic nickname might have started as a comparison, but Hansen is already proving that he's creating his own unique path to success. His story is still being written, but the early chapters suggest that this 7'1" rookie from China might just be the most shocking and successful draft pick in recent memory. The Trailblazers' gamble on Yang Hansen represents more than just a draft pick. It's a statement about the future of basketball and the courage required to identify and develop unconventional talent. Time will tell whether Hansen lives up to the massive expectations and comparisons. But one thing is already clear, he's not just another international prospect hoping to make it in the NBA. He's a generational talent who could change the way we think about what's possible for players his size, and his journey is just getting started.